Nusenda Community Rewards Program helps AAUW's Tech Track to offer this camp for 60 girls from all over New Mexico every year, all with a focus on STEM, science, technology, engineering, or math, at a cost to the family of only $50 each because of the generous donations from organizations around the state like Nusenda.
Nusenda Credit Union, the power of we. Visit nusenda.org to learn how Community Rewards is impacting communities. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome in, Aggie fans, to episode 9 of Student Athlete Spotlight, sponsored by Nusenda Credit Union. Adam Young with women's basketball rising star Soufia Inoussa, who's now a sophomore. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
How's the off-season been? I know it's been totally different for you and your teammates.
It's been tough, just because of the pandemic. It's impacted us all, but we've been working hard and we've been coming back, and we can see a lot of development this far.
You went back to Sweden after the WAC tournament, and just like Amanda Soderqvist, had some issues getting back into the U.S.
Yeah.
How difficult was that?
It was difficult. We were seeing different options of how we can come back, thinking about going to Croatia and stuff, but finally, the border opens up and we could come back for, I think it was a month or a month and a half ago. The team wasn't really practicing at all because of the pandemic, so we didn't really miss out on a lot, but we're just glad to be back.
You had a really good freshman season. Typically, freshmen don't start right away. You did. Were you satisfied with the season you had?
I was really satisfied. I didn't expect it. I was just, the first couple of weeks were really hard for me to adjust. It was a different climate. The practices were a much higher tempo, so I didn't expect me to adjust as good as I did to the team.
Why were you so ready as a freshman?
I have no idea. I just think this has been something I've been wanting to do for a couple of years. I think since I was maybe like 14 or something. So this was always my goal. So when it was time, I was ready.
What was the hardest thing you had to go through adjusting to college basketball?
Definitely the tempo. Much higher here. Back home, practices is tough, but not as tough as here. And of course, being away from my family and friends and the people that I know, and the climate. It's a lot. It's much hot. It's hot here, and it's cold in Sweden. So yeah.
Has it been helpful to have Amanda Soderqvist, who's also from Sweden, alongside you?
Definitely, yes. Because it feels like you have a part of home with you. We talk in Swedish with each other. We communicate differently, and it feels good.
What was the recruiting process like, and how did you find out about the Aggies, and how did they find out about you?
It was actually Amanda's head coach from her club in Sweden. He was my head coach in the Swedish national team, and he has a lot of contacts here, and he wanted to help me out, so I sent him my highlight video, and he contacted Coach Brooke, and then they reached out to me, and we just had a pretty smooth way from there.
Was there a point going back to high school when you knew, okay, I'm good enough to play at the college level in the U.S., or did you even know?
I don't really know. High school is way different back home. I went to a sports school, so we did practice basketball, but we didn't have a high school team or anything like that. But I think it was much depending on my head coach from my club. He was pushing me a lot. He knew me personally, my family, and I think that he saw my potential in me, yeah.
How old were you when you first started playing basketball?
I was 10. I actually started off in track, but I didn't like it at all. My sister did track, and I just switched to basketball, wanted to try it out, and I stuck with it.
Did you fall in love with it right away, or did it take some time?
Actually, I did right away. I found new friends directly, and I just felt that I developed really fast in basketball, so I knew it was right for me.
Did you know much about the history of this program? Did you know much about the recent success in all the NCAA tournaments and that kind of stuff?
I didn't first, because I didn't even know about this school until they reached out to me, but when they did, I did my research and I saw how successful this program was, and I knew it would be a good fit for me.
Finally, Soufia, what are some goals for you now in year 2 in this program?
To continue to have an impact on this team and on myself, and I hope to develop more as a player, and not only on the field, outside of the field also, and just have a good time.
Soufia, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
That's Aggie women's basketball rising star Soufia Inoussa.